Hidden dangers in your food red dye. No 3. Exposed. Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're talking about a potentially harmful food dye that might be lurking in your pantry. Did you know some of your favorite foods might contain a dangerous dye linked to cancer? We're diving into the truth about red dye num 3, where it's hiding, why it's harmful, and how you can avoid it. Let's get started. Red dye num 3, hiding in plain sight. Candies. Let's kick things off with a tough one, especially if you have a sweet tooth. We're talking about candy. Think about those brightly colored gummies, lollipops, and even classic chewing gums like Double Bubble. Many of these treats owe their vibrant red hues to red dye num 3, and it's not just the obviously red candies either. Even those with pink or purple coloring might be using red dye num 3 as part of their color mix. Sneaky, right? So how do you know which candies are safe? That's where careful label reading becomes your superpower. Flip that candy bag over and take a good look at the ingredients list. If you see red dye num 3, or sometimes it's listed as FD and C red num 3 or erythrocene, it's a good idea to put that treat back on the shelf. Remember, our health is precious, and there are plenty of other delicious and safer options out there to satisfy your sweet cravings. Beyond the candy aisle, red dye num 3 in baked goods. Alright, so we've covered the candy aisle, but unfortunately our red dye num 3 journey doesn't end there. This sneaky dye has a knack for finding its way into a surprising number of our favorite treats, and baked goods are no exception. Think about those beautifully frosted pastries, the muffins calling your name at the coffee shop, or those convenient snack cakes we sometimes reach for on the go. Yep, red dye num 3 can be lurking in these too, often used to achieve that perfect shade of pink or red in frosting, cake batter, or even the fruit filling. It's easy to assume that something as seemingly innocent as a muffin or a pastry wouldn't contain a potentially harmful ingredient. But as we're learning, that's not always the case. So once again, my friends, it's time to channel our inner detective and scrutinize those ingredient lists. Don't be afraid to ask questions at the bakery counter either. Knowledge is power. Okay, we've tackled candies and baked goods, but now we're entering a territory that might surprise you, the land of dairy and frozen desserts. You might be thinking, wait a minute, what's this dye doing in my strawberry milk? Well, believe it or not, red dye num 3 is sometimes used to enhance the color of strawberry-flavored milk, yogurt, ice cream, and even some frozen yogurt brands. It's all about creating that visually appealing product that screams strawberry, even if the actual fruit content is minimal. This one's particularly concerning because we often think of dairy and frozen treats as being kid-friendly, and none of us want to be unknowingly exposing our little ones to this potentially harmful dye. So, next time you're at the grocery store, take a moment to read those labels carefully, especially for anything with artificial coloring. Alright folks, I know what you're thinking. First candies, then baked goods, now dairy? Where else could this red dye num 3 possibly be hiding? Well, get ready for this one because it's time to talk about fruit products. Now, I'm not talking about fresh, whole fruits. Those are always a fantastic choice. I'm talking about those maraschino cherries that often adorn our cocktails and desserts, and those canned fruit cocktails that some people use for convenience. To achieve that bright, almost unnatural shade of red in those cherries, manufacturers often turn to, you guessed it, red dye num 3. And unfortunately, those canned fruit cocktails often include those same artificially colored cherries, which means the dye ends up in the mix. It's a good reminder that even when we think we're making a healthier choice by opting for fruit, it's crucial to read those labels and choose products with minimal processing and no artificial colors. We've covered a lot of ground today, from candies to baked goods to dairy and even fruit products. You'd think we'd be safe when it comes to our beverages, right? Well, not so fast. Red dye num 3 has a way of popping up in the most unexpected places, and that includes some of our favorite drinks. We're talking about certain sodas, those brightly colored fruit-flavored drinks that are marketed as juice, even though they often contain very little actual juice, and even some protein shakes. It's all about creating that visually appealing drink that draws us in. But as we've learned today, those vibrant colors can come at a cost to our health. So, next time you're reaching for something to quench your thirst, be sure to check the label. Opt for water whenever possible, or choose drinks that get their color from natural sources like fruits and vegetables. Well, there you have it, folks. We've journeyed through the world of red dye number 3, uncovering its hiding spots and understanding why it's best to avoid it. It might seem overwhelming at first, but I want you to know that you're not alone in this. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more tips on living a healthier, dye-free life. Let's make better choices together.